Hey guys, welcome back to the Dabbler's Den. It's Chris, and I'm back with another quick gear review. You may recall a couple weeks ago I did a review for the Onewind hammock. I love the hammock. I did a review on their full-size underquilt. Love that. And so I wanted to get a hold of their 3/4 underquilt. And normally when I do a review, I do an unboxing and all that. I've actually used these already out in the field. It got down into the mid-30s. And I was perfectly fine with this 3/4 inch, not 3/4 inch, but 3/4 underquilt, combined with their blanket. And that's one reason why I'm going to review these together. And so when we come back, I'll go ahead and put these together, show you, exactly what you'll get if you order one of these, and we'll talk about all the specifics. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Before I set these things up, let's just quickly talk about the fabric. This is the same as the full-size underquilt, so if you click on the link above, you'll see my video review for that, as well as I'll have the video link for the hammock itself. Having everything together, I kind of like to keep my things branded. But anyways, this fabric it's that hexagonal 20D 400T ultra lightweight nylon fabric. And the filling is that DuPont Sonora filling. And again, I've already had this down into the mid-30s and slept great that night. Same thing with the full-size underquilt. I had a friend of mine sleep in that one that same night, and he had it was his first time hammock camping and zero problems, staying warm that night, which was great. I was always concerned with that with the first-time hammock camper. Anyways, okay, so let's go. Oh, and I also wanted to point out that we do have some straps to tighten this thing up and compress it even more. And so let's go ahead and set this up, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, I went ahead and loosened up all the straps on this end. I had it cinched down pretty tight. The last time I used it, it got down to the 30s, and I needed to kind of keep that heat around me. But this is really what kind of makes it one of these, 4-season underquilts, is that the fact that it's so versatile. You can loosen this up, allow for space in the bottom to have air get in there, or you can cinch it down tighter if you need to. You've got all kinds of adjustments here to get this as tight or as loose as you want it. And then they also have these two down here that kind of pull it up, and it's supposed to help control that cold butt syndrome. And so obviously there's a learning curve for these. You need to kind of play with it and get it to just for your liking. But once you get this thing dialed in, like I said, it kept me warm down into, it was just above freezing. And I really feel like I could have got a couple of degrees lower than that. So yeah, this is this underquilt. I made a comment in my full-size underquilt that I really didn't like the 3/4 underquilts because I would get cold, and that didn't happen with this. But I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I didn't get as cold with this one, and let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so this is their blanket. Now the blanket is the same size as the 3/4 inch underquilt. So in the summertime, I think that just this alone, obviously, in the summertime it's going to be much warmer. It's still good to have something to help protect your back. And so I think that this is a perfect way to do that. But with this blanket, again, in summertime you can use it as a blanket. But you may notice that there's little snaps all up and down this, and these snaps line up with snaps in this blanket. So for instance, when it got down into the freezing temperatures, I could snap this blanket to the underquilt itself and double it up, and that made it perfect. I mean, like I said, it got down to near freezing temperatures, and I was warm all night. I don't think I would have been warm enough with just a single layer, but by combining this, I was perfect. I did have a I did have a top quilt that I used. It wasn't a Onewind brand. They do have a top quilt though, and I want to try one of those out here shortly. They also have a tarp that you can use as well. They're really putting together everything that you would need, a full hammock camping, you know, the whole array. But anyways, let me go ahead and I'll show you how this thing snaps together and really kind of makes this you know, the go-to 3/4 underquilt if you're into that. It's perfect for summer camping and perfect for winter camping once you add the blankets. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and snapped this all the way across and completely doubles up the underquilt. So now not only do you have the fabric that's keeping you warm, you've got the insulation that's keeping you warm. Now it's doubled, and then you also have an air gap in between the two. So again, this to me was like the perfect, the perfect answer to staying warm in a 3/4 underquilt. And so, again, kudos to Onewind for designing this, first of all, and getting this together. Because again, this makes it a total package. If you're going to take a summer camping, you've got the blanket to go on top as well as the under blanket to go on the bottom. And then for the winter time, you pick up one of their top quilts, you double these up, and you're good to go. So again, they did a great job putting these things together. Again, you've got all of these connection points to adjust and get it dialed in just for you. And yeah, I mean, they've done a great job with this. So let me go ahead and jump in the hammock and show you guys what it's like inside. Be right back. All right, guys, now I'm in the hammock and I'm totally warm. Sun's shining right in my face. I should turn around. But as you can see here, it's all the way around. I've got it just under my feet, and again, I think I told you guys in one of my last videos that one of the reasons why I didn't like the 3/4 underquilt was that my feet would get really cold. Some people, they like to use a foot pad, or I'm sorry, a seating pad, and slide that right underneath your feet. I'm not a big fan of that. I kick it out, and I have a hard time with that, and that's one reason why I have cold feet. But I do have a pillow that I like to put behind my head. And so the way I adjusted my 3/4 underquilt is to have a slight gap where my head is, where that pillow goes, and I make sure that my feet are covered. And I usually wear wool socks and things like that when I'm in a hammock like this. So that was the solution for me. All right, so again, you can see I've got it just to where my feet are, and that was a solution for me. Again, had this down into the mid 30s, almost freezing. Not quite, but it definitely kept me warm all night. I'm warm right now, and it's in the 60s right now. This would be a perfect underquilt for those temperatures. Anyways, once again, guys, Onewind, they've done a great job putting together some really quality, hammock items that you would normally only find from a cottage vendor, and you can pick them up on Amazon, have it delivered to your door in a couple days. I can't say enough. I think they've been doing a great job, and I wish them continued success. And anyways, I'll go ahead and show you a few more things, and we'll wrap this one up. All right.